Today's Mindless Motivation guest is none other than the current 2021 US Airguitar National Champion, Flying Finn. Flying Phil, and welcome to the show. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing pretty good. I got to ask, how did you get the name Flying Finn? I'm assuming it's a Christian name and your parents are very religious.
My actual in real life last name is Finn, and in the world of air guitar, the World Championships are located in Finland, and the trophy for winning the World Championships is called the Flying Finn, and it's a guitar that if I were to win it, I would never be able to play it. So my name is the equivalent of like a hockey player going out and changing his name to Stanley Cup, just to kind of give himself a competitive advantage over everyone else.
Wow. Well, it certainly seems to have helped you very recently since you were the national champion. And, people need to know that air guitar is a thing. There are regional competitions all over the country, right? If you win one of those regionals, you go to the national competition. If you win the nationals, which you did, then you go to the world competition, like you said, in Oulu, Finland. My question to you is, why would anybody want to do this?
I mean, the bigger question is, why would somebody not want to do it? I mean, it's a blast. You get up on stage, you do not have to have musical ability, and you get to entertain a crowd with nothing. And that's kind of the amazing thing, is that you create something, you create energy, you create all of this feeling out of nothing. And that's the best. So why would you not want to do it? It's the greatest feeling in the world.
It certainly seems like a very efficient way to deliver entertainment, very little investment in terms of the instrumentation.
Logistically, I mean, I don't have to check a guitar. I don't have to ever have a van full of sound equipment. I show up and go.
I understand that you've played air guitar since, is it 2006? Was that your first competition?
It is 2006. I've been doing this for a long time. My air guitar career could drive right now.
And you just won the nationals.
Yep.
So there's a lot of losing before that, right? I was going to say most of us would have given up. But you kept going, even though you've lost so many times. So what is it like to be such a loser?
The truth of the matter is that there's really only one way to lose at air guitar. I mean, we might only have one champion of the night, but the loser is the one who quits during the middle of the show to leave and not support the rest of the community. That's the only loser that's there. As long as you enjoy the ride, it's a fun show. You can still win and have a great time. It's the easiest way to look at it to help you keep going. Also, I'm incredibly stubborn. No matter how much I lose, I keep going because I'm not gonna let that stop me from having a great time.
An interesting concept to have a competition that's based off of fun and not just simply winning.
Right. I mean, the entire concept of winning, though, you have to look at it slightly different. In the case of an air guitar competition, winning is having a great show, having hundreds of people come out entertained, and it's the ability to sell merchandise.
You definitely caught me at selling merchandise, all about that money. So I love that there is a fiscal opportunity here as well. I'm assuming as the champion, you've probably raked in millions, if not billions of merchandising dollars.
Roughly. It might be a little bit lower than that, but we're still waiting for some of the checks to clear.
Did you ever hear a voice in your head that said, along the way, along this journey, along from 2006 to 2021, have you ever heard a voice in your head that said, I'm not good enough, I'll never be a champion? How did you overcome that?
2008 through 2010, like the first half of 2011, I was really getting to the point. Those were my dark years. Those were the years that I was chasing championships. I was chasing the judges' scoring. I ended up kind of trying to pander a little too much to get those scores in order to win. In 2011, I mean, I hit my lowest point where I was like, I'm done. This is going to be my last show. I'm out of here. And one of the reasons was because we had a judge who had judged me three times in that 1 year, and either once or twice previously. And that judge just did not like what I was bringing to the table. And so
what kind of measures did you take to get rid of the judge, so to speak?
What I did was I ended up somehow getting better over the years when I stopped caring about making that judge happy. And all of a sudden that judge ended up liking me. And so when that happened, I was like, oh, okay, this judge isn't so bad. I'm not going to quit. We're all good. If you stop caring about the scores and just go out and try to have a good time and entertain the people, that's when things fall into place.
I think it's all about having fun, all about enjoying yourself, and it's all about rubbing it in everybody else's faces. As an air guitarist, you have to believe, right? You are the ultimate believer. You're not holding a real guitar, right? You can't see it, you can't feel it, you can't hear it, but you have to believe in it. How does one do that?
The best way to believe in that guitar is it's to give it some weight. It's to give it its own personality. It's to give it its own attitude. And so that every time you pick up that guitar, you're holding something. It's a thing that exists. It has its own space. And I like to just let my air guitar go sometimes. And I just cruise with it. Let that thing do what it does. We've been together for 16 years.
Do you have a name for your air guitar?
It has a name, but I can't share that. Otherwise, people could take control of it, and I'm not going to allow that to happen.
What would you say to somebody who's watching this right now, who doesn't believe in themselves, who maybe doesn't believe in their own dreams, and yet they get to hear from you, a national champion who's followed their dreams through thick and thin? What wisdom would you impart?
Well, number one is if you don't believe in yourself, no one else will. Just like the air guitar. If I don't believe in my air guitar, the audience isn't going to believe in it. So believe in yourself first and foremost. If you're having trouble with that part, fake it. Tell everyone that you believe in yourself. Eventually you'll end up believing in yourself just because you've told enough people. And that's probably the easiest way to go. Fake it till you make it, right?
Fake it till you make it, or fake it until you're naked. Just like the emperor has no clothes. That guy was definitely faking it, and everybody believed in it. Pretend to be something that you're not. Whatever it takes to trick your brain into actually doing that thing. It's fantastic.